Greetings and welcome to our video today. In today's video, I'm going to take you through the Capsim Foundation. So currently we are in round 3 of the simulation, as you can see, and we are in the year 2028. And also you should know that our company is Andrews. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step decision-making process from R&D to finance department for the Capsim Foundation. And before that, if you need help in the Capsim Foundation or if you're stuck, text me on the email on the description and I'll be able to help you. So before making any decisions in the Capsim Foundation, you normally go through the report. Our report here is called the Capsim Carrier, and as I said earlier that we are the Andrews company, and this is actually round 2 report. So I started working for this guy from that round 2. In round 1, he had an emergency loan, so we managed to clear it in round 2. So at the moment, you don't have any emergency loan as we are heading to round 3. So you can see ROS for round 2 was 7.8%, asset turnover of 1.95, which is not bad, ROA of 15.2%, leverage of 1.6, ROE, which is return on equity of 24%. We had no emergency loan in round 2. We made sales of 65 million. So actually we were actually the highest in making sales in the simulation compared to maybe our competitors. We had profits of 10 million. That's cumulative profit, sorry. And we had higher profits in the whole simulation because we had profits of 5,093,313. Also, we had a contribution margin of over 30, so that's 31%. Remember, we are in round 3 after having an emergency loan, so having a contribution margin of 31% is actually very, very good. And also in this competition, in the world simulation, you can see none of our competitors has contribution margin of above 30%. We're the only ones who have a contribution margin of over 30%. And this actually symbolizes that we are doing very, very well. So if you need such results in your simulation, text me on the email in the description. Down here, maybe you can see our market share. We had a market share of 22.46. So we're actually doing very, very well. Let's go now to the products. And that's actually the product analysis part. So we are only having 2 products. Remember that we are selling in low end and high end, but we are doing a mixture so that each product can sell in each segment so that we can maximize on our profits. So Able, which is our low end product, sold 1590 and we stocked out. We could have sold more. High end we sold 356 and we stocked out again, so we could have also sold more, and we sold at the same price, which is 33.50. So that's all. Maybe something else, you can see that our automation is at 4 each, and the reason why we are investing much on automation is to be able to lower the labor cost and the material cost so that we can maximize on our profits. So by time our material cost and labor cost will be low so that we can maximize on our profits. So let's go back to the decisions and make the decisions together. So for the first one, I'm going to give it 6.0 and I'm going to give it 14.2. Let me give it 6.4, sorry. 6.4. Then I can recalculate. And after recalculating, it's evident that our revision date is 13th June 2028 for product Able, which is in the low end. For Eka, which is in the high end, but sales in both low end and high end, I want to give it 8 and 12 for the size. Then after recalculating, you can see that our revision date is on 11th of June 2028. So the product is selling in the high end segment. Down here, you can compare your material costs, maybe your older material costs and the new material costs and all that. Also, on the other side, you can see you have a graph for the age profile of your products. So if you are stuck in the R&D department of the simulation, text me on the email and I'll be able to help you. Here we have the perception map, which shows the positioning of the products after making the decisions, or maybe the old positioning of the product and the new one. So the red is the new positioning and the black is the old positioning. Now let's go to marketing. So under marketing, we are talking about our pricing, the promo budget, the sales budget, and the forecast part. So for the price, you need to come up with a very, very fair market price in the simulation or maybe in the market so that you can be able to sell to more customers. So for me, I'm just going to give it 33, and also the second I'm selling it at 33. Promo budget will help you to increase customer awareness through promotion, trade shows, and everything. So this one we shall just allocate 1,400 for the two products. Sales budget is going to increase your customer accessibility. How easy can customers access your product? So we are going to give it 1,600, then we can now recalculate. We're just going to maintain it. Under the forecast part, as I said earlier, maybe if I can go back to the report, you can see that we sold 1590, but we stocked out. And for the high end, we sold 356 and we stocked out. If you go to the low tech, you can see that the growth rate is at 10%, but remember that we stocked out. To the high end, you can see that the growth rate is at 20%. So if we come back to our decisions, it's evident that the growth rate is growing by 10% in this, and this is growing by 20%, but remember that we stocked out, so we need to add a particular buffer. So for the first one, I'm going to give it 1,800, and for the second one, I'm going to give it around 600, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, then I can recalculate, and then that will be it for the forecast part. Down here you can see you have some graphs for the revenue forecast, for the unit sales forecast, maybe the revenue that each product is getting the company. Next is production and HR. Production has been maybe generalized with HR, but we shall get to this. So let's start with production. So under production, we're actually focusing on producing products in the simulation, and we are responding to what we forecasted. So you can see our forecasts are here, 1,800 and 600. The production schedule, you can see we don't have any inventory is of 0. So for the production schedule, you take the forecast minus the inventory, and then you add a particular buffer because you have production after adjustment. So I'm going to produce 1850, and for the second one, I'm going to produce around 650. Then you can recalculate, and after recalculating, you can see that the production after adjustment for the able is 1832. That means we are producing 32 more, and for Eka is 644. That means we are producing 44 more. Down here we have the buy capacity or sell option, but at the moment we haven't exhausted our capacity. You can see that for the second shift we are using 76.2 for able and 25% for Eka, so there's no need for us to buy more capacity at the moment. Another thing, I'm going to adjust our automation to 5 each, and as I said earlier, increasing automation or maybe buying automation will help us to lower the labor cost and material cost, and thus we'll be able to maximize on our profits. On the other side, we have the HR part, and under HR we are talking about mainly the recruiting spend and training hours. So recruiting spend should just be 5,000 and training hours should be 80. So recruiting spend is the amount of money that you normally invest to help in recruiting new workers each and every year into the company, and training hours is the number of hours that workers will take to get to learn more about work in the company. Next is and last is finance. So under finance, we normally talk about funding our company. And how do we fund our company? Maybe by taking a loan, issuing stock, and all that. Also, you have an option of retiring long-term debt or maybe repaying loans and all that. So at the moment, I'm not going to take any loan because you can see that we are ending the year with 3866 without taking a loan, and started the year with 1783. So this means that we are making some good amount even if we are still in round 3, and that means that our company is profitable. Also, you can see that our retained earnings are at 65.3%. So that shows that our company is making money. Maybe let's check out the pro forma and see the balance scorecard so that we can see our score for the round. And our score for round 3, the projected score is 74.3 out of 89. So these are very, very good score for round 3. So if you need such results in your simulation, remember to text me on the email on the description, and I'll be able to help you. So thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much.